Well, hey guys, I know this is kind of a strange way to come to you for a staff meeting, but I know this month, February, being a short month, it's kind of hard to get together, and also we got so much stuff going on, and I know that we're not able to interact, in this thing, but I wanted to come to you just for just a few minutes, and I hope you'll be able to watch this, and I do need you to reply back that you have watched this, because it's very important that each of us know what we're doing as far as communication. First of all, I want to say thanks for what you're doing in your area, in your department. You're doing a great job. It's incredible what God's doing. Matter of fact, I looked back over a year ago in January to what we, as far as the percentage of growth in the as far as numerical. It's amazing. It's a 16% growth from last year to this year as far as our Sunday school attendance. And you might be curious. Matter of fact, if you are, I'll be glad to get you the info as far as your numerical numbers from last year to this year, and then you can see what kind of percentage of growth you've had, if any, and go from there. One thing that I do want to make clear, I know that we do a pretty good job of this, but with all the visitors that we do have coming in, I hope and pray that you are staying in contact with your teachers and that you're getting info from those folks as they come. That's very, very important, because if we don't know that they're here, we can't do any kind of follow-up. I'm doing all I can do to get that info to you when I have it turned in to me for your department. Our last staff meeting, I thought, was, even though it was a lengthy one, which we knew it was going to be, it was very much needed. And I want to say thanks for hanging in there those 3 hours for that meeting that night. We focused on 3 key dates, and right now all I want to do is focus right now on March the 6th. That is our key date coming up for Double It Up Day. Now, the success of your department depends on you as the leader. I can't lead your department. You have to lead your department. Be sure you're involved with those teachers. Stay in touch with them, contact with them, communicate with them. And here's what we're looking at. If we'll just work our roles for that day, we'll get that done. Now, with that said, here's what I want you to know. On February the 27th, that's a week from this Sunday, during the 6 to 7 o'clock service, during our regular worship service, we're going to have what's called a time of prayer for several different areas. And I'm going to be getting in touch with some of you to lead in prayer. And we're going to pray for our North American Mission Board. We're going to pray for our International Mission Board. We're going to pray for our associational missions. And we're also going to pray for March the 6th. And what I want you to do is, in the sanctuary that night on the 27th, because we'll just be getting back from Guatemala on the Saturday night, but on the 27th of that night, we'll have different areas. Like our youth usually sit on the right side if I'm facing the congregation. So we'll have that as a youth staged area, and that's where our youth will be sitting, along with you, Brother Jay, and then our teachers that are available that are in there. I want all of them to be there with the youth. Then our preschool, which is going to kind of be difficult. So mainly just our preschool teachers will be sitting together. That would be you, Jennifer, and then your preschool teachers. Now, how are the preschool people going to be out there, especially extended session workers? Well, we're going to have child care that night. We've got Barbara Hayes, who will be bringing folks to watch them from 5 to 6 in the 27th, okay? So I want to make sure you understand that. So just reply back that you all understand what we're talking about when you get this link, okay? And then, of course, our adults, Brother Dennis, myself, and Brother Ricky. Brother Ricky, you'll probably be sitting with the youth that night, which will be fine. And we're going to focus, that whole hour, we're going to focus, believe it or not, on prayer. And I'll be putting that together this week, I hope, before we get going to Guatemala. So that way we'll have this in place and be getting ready for it. Now, each director, David, Wendy, Jennifer, and Jay, you may want to have cards available that night to give to your teachers there in your time of prayer afterwards. Assignment sheets, roles, whatever you want to do, that's going to be up to you on what you do. And you have your goals for the departments. It's going to be incredible what God's going to, just in my 8 classes that I'm responsible for on the water hole floor, which is Danny's, Donnie's, Eric's, Ken and Laura, David, Melissa Bensko, and myself. There's 7 classes that I'm responsible for. No, 8 with Sandy, so that'd be Sandy, it'd be 8 of us. We'll be, if we work our goal, we'll be 218 just in that area. And Hadn't figured out where we're going to put them, but we're looking forward to trying to figure that out on that day. So the success of this mission is up to you. So I hope that you'll be sure you get that. Brother Jerry, I want you to work your choir. Encourage them to be here that day. And I don't want all this to be falling on deaf ears. We need to be sure we're doing what I'm asking you to do as a pastor. So I want to lead you in that direction. So that's our key date, March the 6th. And then, of course, our next key date is April, which is Easter. And we'll begin to put meat on those bones after March the 6th, okay? Love It Last Sight's going well. Thank you, Brother Ricky, for doing what you guys are doing. And that's working out good. I know the Random Acts of Kindness are going on, which we're just going to all tie this in together for March the 6th. I'm just leaving it all up to you on what you do as far as pushing and promoting for that big day. So the next thing is February 27th, our night of prayer, 6 to 7. Be sure you have cards, rolls, whatever they need for that area. And Brother Dennis, I'll have rolls for the adult teachers and classes for them to grab as well. So that's going on February the 27th. Another thing that we mentioned last time was about this thing we're calling Church 101. And I know we hadn't really pursued that yet. We'll wait till after March the 6th to do it. But remember, we want a 2 to 4 minute video outlining your position here at the church, kind of like a story. Not just, hey, I'm Jason, I'm the pastor here, but maybe even how you became that in that position and what you want to see happen in your role here at the church. So we'll get with you on that after our Double It Up Day. Now, before Double It Up Day, one thing I do want to mention is our evangelism conference, February the 28th and March the 1st at Gardendale First Baptist Church. If you're able to be off those days, they got a great opportunity, a great slate of speakers, great slate of classes as well that you can sit in on. But on Tuesday night, March the 1st, you're going to be having the opportunity to hear Will Graham, the grandson of Billy Graham, and he'll be preaching the message. And also you can have the opportunity to be a counselor that night if you want to. And there'll be a training in room 113 at Gardendale First Baptist at 5 o'clock on Tuesday evening, okay? So if you're interested in that, I can get you more information on that. I know that I've signed up for it. I know Brother Jay has. And I sent it out to all of our faith team members. I don't know if any of them signed up or not. But just wanted to let you know about that. And I think that's pretty much all we need to do right now. But I do want you to write down one key date for our next staff meeting, which we will meet together. And we'll look at Transformational Church then, March the 28th. That'll be a Monday night, March 28th at 6:30. We'll meet, and it's not going to be a 3-hour meeting. In other words, we're not going to go through everything again like we had before. We're just going to highlight some key dates and go from there. And so that'll be on March the 28th for that. Okay? Well, God bless you. I hope you're doing well. I know you are. I know the church is doing great. And I want to thank you again for what you're doing in the area of ministry. Now, I need you to reply back to this. This is coming to you in a link, a YouTube link, to make it easier. Just watch it and then reply back. Also, attached to this, I'm going to leave that your numbers from last year. If you want to look over them and get your percentage of growth, that would be great. Don't have to, but it might be curious for you to figure out what percentage of growth you've had from last year to this year. One other thing that I wanted to mention to David and Wendy that I think would be neat is up the steps coming up into the children's area. When you come up the steps, it would be so neat to have a little greeter at each stairwell. It could even be a kid that you're using as your greeter, or maybe one of your teachers that you can use as a greeter when they come up the steps. Not just for March the 6th, but for every week. Maybe even have some music playing or whatever to get them kind of flowing into the area of the children's church area. Another thing for all of our directors is this. We need to encourage our teachers to be here at least 15 minutes early. I would prefer a half an hour early. I know that's kind of difficult for some that have kids, but we need to be there. But another thing that we need to understand is if they do show up 30 minutes early and they have preschoolers, we're asking our preschool teachers to be here early, but not for the purpose to keep kids, to get their mind focused, to get ready, get their stuff laid out. So we're asking at least 15 minutes for that. If our teachers get here at 9, at least give them to 9:15 before we drop preschoolers off to them, okay? So that's kind of what we want to be doing in the area of that. So my vision and dream is to have everybody here early enough to be ready, prepared, coffeeed up, or whatever they're going to do, and be ready to teach their department, okay, or their class. God bless you. Love you guys. Reply back. Let me know you've received this and understand everything that we're talking about. And I hope you're looking forward to March the 6th. It'll be here before we know it. And Brother Jay, I appreciate you working with us on the simulcast across the road. That's going to be fun, and that's going to be interesting. One other thing. Some of you's mentioned, Jay's mentioned it, and we had a church member come to me and mention it, about 2 services on Sunday morning. We need to get together. Hey, I'm all for it if you can figure out how to do it and how to keep our church united and in unity. That's a very difficult thing to do as far as when you go to 2 services. I've heard negative and I've heard positive out there about it, so we just need to make sure we do it right. And I've even looked at an overflow room to start. So be thinking about that, brainstorming that, and we'll go from there. God bless you. Reply back that you received this and you've watched it and you understand what's going on the next 2 or 3 weeks. All right? See you.